This is a Saturday Morning TV log from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday Morning TV log, and this time around it's Sealab 2020, brought to us by Hanna-Barbera. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So this week's Saturday Morning TV log is another one of those great sci-fi series from Hanna-Barbera themselves. Sealab 2020, which is sci-fi and drama-filled and adventure-filled. Originally premiering on NBC in September of 1972, the series was created by Alex Toth, who had recently created Space Ghost and Birdman for the studio. Now then, this series took place at Sealab, an underwater research base on the Challenger seamount. Commanded by Captain Michael Murphy, Sealab was home to 250 people and was dedicated to the exploration of the seas and the protection of marine life. Dr. Paul Williams, a Chinook oceanographer, led the scientific research team. Among other things, the crew of Sealab faced such challenges each week as attacks from sharks and giant squids, potential environmental disasters, and threats to Sealab and marine life from shipping. Now then, I've watched this show before in reruns, but I'll get to that later. Anyway, now I will tell you that this is another great series that the folks at Hanna-Barbera had given us. Now, I'm trying to get to some. But this is all I can tell you about this show. But I will say that I think this is a very, very good show. So, now in each episode, as I've said, the excuse me, I'm losing Dr. Williams and other members of the team that include, well, characters like Gail, Hal, and Ed go off on all sorts of adventure throughout the season, what have you, and encounter many dangers. So anyway, that's about all I could tell you of this show, but I do have a lot of fun with it. I do like its great intro theme and what have you, in which that show is very, very good. So let's see, what else could I tell you? Now, the show ended in December of 1972 after a total of 13 episodes were produced and aired. Now, they originally had 15 episodes. 2 episodes never got shown, and they've never been released, not even on the complete series release. Now, of course, the complete series of Sealab 2020 was released in May of 2012 by the Warner Archive. Because, like I said, only the 14th and 15th episode, so it should have been an almost complete series because it doesn't include the 2 unaired episodes. The pilot episode of the series, Deep Thread, is included on the second volume of the Saturday Morning Cartoons of the 1970s DVD set. If you can't find that, no problem. It's also on the big collection that has all 4 volumes. Well, I mean, not all 4. I mean, all 5 collections that were released. Now, years later, now for years before we even got on physical media, now it did get released internationally on VO cassette, and also it later got shown on the USA Network's Cartoon Express, which I do seem to recall. I think I recall catching that on there. I'm pretty sure, but it wasn't until Cartoon Network came along And that's when I got to see a little more of this show. And then Boomerang it came, and that's when I got to see the whole series. And I must say that Sealab 2020, I feel like is an underrated show, and I think it could have kept going and what have you. This is a show that really could deserve to go on. Anyway, years after it had ended, but however, when it got continued in reruns on Boomerang, which emerged in as its own channel in the 2000s, Cartoon Network's Adult Swim block premiered a adult-only version called Sealab 2021, which aired until 2005. Yes, and that ran for a total of 4 seasons, though. But that's different, though. But I'm not going to talk about that show. But Sealab 2020, I think, is very good. Now, for our voice acting cast, we got some pretty good ones. John Stevenson, who, of course, no stranger to working for the folks at Hanna-Barbera, who, of course, voiced Mr. Slate on the Flintstones, as well as, subsequently voiced Dr. Ben Quest at times on Johnny Quest. You know, Don Masick did the voice. He voiced the character of Captain Michael Murphy. Also, the character Quincy Jones. Voicing Mr. Paul Williams is Ross Martin, who you may remember best as playing the guy who portrayed Armis Gordon on the Wild Wild West series. He also went on to voice characters in other Hanna-Barbera shows like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kids, which debuted the following year, and Jana of the Jungle, which that I have yet to talk about. Voicing Hal Bryant is Jerry Dexter, who also was pretty big at Hanna-Barbera. He recently voiced Chuck in Shazam, as well as Alan on Josie and the Pussycats. He would return to do the character for the Josie and the Pussycats in Outer Space series, which debuted the same year. He also went on to voice Ted in Goober and the Ghost Chasers, Biff on Fang Face, and Drac Jr. on Drac Pack. He lent his voice to several other shows. He also voiced Aqualad in the Aquaman segment on the Superman Aquaman Hour of Adventure. Voicing Gail Adams is Ann Jillian, who would later go on to play Cassie on the 80s sitcom It's a Living. Ron Pinkard, who most people would know him best as Dr. Morin from Emergency. Yes, let me see. Which actually debuted the same year as the Sealab 2020 series did. Voiced Ed Thomas. Now, his mother was voiced by Olga James, who most people knew her best from the film Carmen Jones. And she would also appear on The Bill Cosby Show as well. There'd also be other voices, including Bill Calloway, Pamela Ferdin, who unfortunately was uncredited, though that same year she would also voice Preciosa on The Roman Holidays, which of course was also from Hanna-Barbera, and she also voiced Front Arable the in the film of Charlotte's Web, which Hanna-Barbera took part of. Excuse me, got a little tongue-tied. Mike Road, who recently voiced Xandor on the Herculoids and also Race Bannon on Johnny Quest, did the character of Matthew Mills. Let's see. Gary Shapiro's one of the voices. So is Don Masick and Casey Kasem as well, who of course would be back as the voice of Shaggy Rogers in the new Scooby-Doo movies, also debuting the same year. So anyway, I really do think Sealab 2020 is a pretty cool show. I wish it could have kept going. But I could give you a good look at some of the characters. Give me a sec. Here's kind of a little bit of a look at some main characters. Although that's kind of what they would look like. They would be like in the Sealab 2021 series. But this is kind of considered to be like I don't know, special kind of art or something like that. Now, if you're wanting to find the series, that would be a little tough to find. The only way you can see Sealab 2020 is if you get the series on DVD, or else you can find, well, available to buy on Apple TV and Prime Video, which you'd have to buy. Or if you really don't feel like buying it, no problem. The Internet Archive actually has the complete series, and you may be able to find some other sites. Well, now there are some clips from the show as well as the intro on YouTube, but I can't find no full episodes on there because if I'm pretty sure somebody had put up an episode, Warner Bros. Would probably interfere, you know. Excuse me. But yeah, Sealab 2020, I think it's a pretty cool show. Again, I wish it could have kept going. Maybe give us some more fun. I gave that Sealab 2021 series a shot, and I didn't think it was good. No, not that good. No hard feelings to y'all. But anyway, I would definitely recommend you give Sealab 2020 a go for. I think this is a very good show. It's got great characters, a great atmosphere in this underneath the sea, and that's it. That's all I can tell you. So, for realsies. So, have you ever watched Sealab 2020? Let me know in the comments section below. And what did you think of it? Leave it for me in the comment section below. And if you like the video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And we will have another video coming up soon. So if you like this, consider checking out some of these other Saturday Morning TV logs. I'll give you the 2 Saturday Morning TV logs for the shows Alex Toth had created that I mentioned. In the upper left-hand corner is the episode I did on Space Ghost from 1966, or go to the upper right-hand corner and see the episode I did on Birdman from 1967. Or if you would like maybe something more exciting, it will a little sci-fi feel, but maybe with some heroes in one of you, check out my Saturday Morning TV log of the original Super Friends, which debuted the following year in 1973. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TV log, then I'm your guide. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TV log is Mighty Orbots. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.